Dear lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. Watch the video till the end. The White House and Republicans in Congress are reportedly closing in on a deal to raise the nation's debt ceiling while cutting spending over the next 2 years. But both sides have stressed they're not there yet. A deal could still fail to materialize, and any agreement would have to be passed by a fractious Congress. The economy, meanwhile, hangs in the balance. The proposed compromise would cap annual discretionary spending for 2 years at the fiscal 2023 level, less than the 6 years Republicans sought, while raising the nation's borrowing authority through the end of 2024. Such a pact likely would have a relatively modest impact on the U.S. economy, experts say. Meanwhile, hitting the debt limit could have a potentially devastating effect if it drags on for weeks or months. The impact of a short-term breach may be limited if the government avoids default as expected and manages to pay its bills or delays various payments, such as Social Security, by a day or two. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said Friday the government would run out of money by June 5 if the debt limit isn't raised or suspended, giving negotiators 4 days more than they expected to finalize an agreement. The proposed deal passes Congress by June 5, allowing the U.S. to skirt default. The reduced federal spending would trim the nation's gross domestic product by a slight 0.1% next year, according to Goldman Sachs. It also would reduce U.S. employment by about 120,000 jobs in late 2024 and raise the unemployment rate by 0.1 percentage point, says Mark Zandi, chief economist of Moody's Analytics. Not the greatest timing for fiscal restraint as recession risks are high, Zandi says. But it is manageable. By comparison, if President Biden had agreed to $2.4 trillion in spending cuts, slightly more than half the sum demanded by Republicans, it would have slashed GDP growth by 0.8 percentage point and meant several 100,000 more job losses, according to Oxford Economics. The spending cuts under consideration do not appear likely to meaningfully affect the macroeconomic outlook, Goldman Sachs wrote in a research note. No. The government would prioritize debt payments to bondholders to avoid an actual default, economists say. A big reason the Treasury Department can do that is debt payments are made on a separate computer system than other obligations, such as Social Security, Medicaid, and food stamps, Moody's says. Also, when a Treasury note matures, the government can pay off the bondholder by issuing a new note, keeping the total U.S. debt level unchanged, says Oxford economist Nancy Van Houten. Subscribe my YouTube channel for more videos. Don't miss any update. Thanks for watching.